Why is Baroque art symbolism so complex to understand? Imagine walking into a grand church or palace and feeling overwhelmed by the swirling figures, intense light, and hidden meanings everywhere. That's the power of Baroque art. It's like a puzzle with many layers. The reason it's so tricky to interpret is because it was created during a time of big change and conflict in Europe. The late 16th and early 17th centuries saw wars over religion, politics, and culture. Artists used their work to speak to these issues without always making it obvious. They combined religious stories, allegories, and political messages all in one scene. So, understanding what you see often depends on knowing the stories behind the symbols. For example, a key might stand for Saint Peter, or grapes and wheat could symbolize the Eucharist. These symbols were not simple decorations but part of a complex language meant to inspire faith and devotion. During this period, the Catholic Church was fighting to keep its followers after the Protestant Reformation. The Church used art as a tool to remind people of its teachings and to stir emotional responses. Artists like Caravaggio used dramatic lighting and realistic figures to make scenes feel immediate and powerful. Meanwhile, others like Peter Paul Rubens packed their paintings with mythological and religious symbols that needed careful decoding. This mix of styles and messages made each work a layered story. You had to understand religious iconography, the political context, and even the cultural ideas of the time to get the full picture. The political scene also played a role. Absolute monarchies and colonial empires wanted to show their power through art. Think of the grandeur of Versailles or the elaborate court paintings. These works often contained symbols of royal authority and divine right, adding more meaning to interpret. Artists blended these secular themes with religious ones, making the images even more complex. Regional differences added to the puzzle. Northern European Baroque art often focused on humility and realism, reflecting Protestant values. Spanish Baroque, on the other hand, explored themes of identity and introspection. So, knowing where a piece was made helps you understand its symbolism better. The dense compositions with many figures, gestures, and expressions also make it hard to see everything at once. Artists like Rubens and Caravaggio created scenes that invite viewers to look closer and find new details each time. The emotional intensity and theatrical effects were meant to pull viewers into the story, making them think and feel deeply. In the end, the richness of Baroque symbolism was designed to engage viewers on many levels. It was a way to communicate complex ideas about faith, power, and human emotion all at once. To truly understand these works, you need to know about the religious doctrines, political struggles, and cultural ideas of the time. That's why deciphering Baroque art can feel like solving a layered mystery, because it was made to be understood by those who knew the stories behind the symbols.